Hey guys, JH, welcome to Practice Tee or the Practice Inferno. Here it is, probably 4:30 in the afternoon, going on 5 o'clock, and it's still 34 degrees, 35 degrees, so hot. And guys, you'll see me sweating today. The difficulty we have here, and we're not making excuses, it's just hanging on to the club. It's just brutal, and it's just so sweaty. Okay, without further ado, JH. Okay, this is what I'm going to term the simple approach channel lock setup, and to probably help you a lot with the aim factor. Okay, now all we have to do, guys, at impact is have the shoulders a bit closed. When we come in here, have them a little bit closed. They don't have to be dramatically closed, they only have to be a bit closed. And we've got to have the golf club, if we're coming in to out across the ball, and I've got about 8 degrees into out, maybe 9, so I have about 4 degrees shutdown on my golf club. So I'm coming this way, across the ball, here, and the club face is orientated that way, so I'm getting that little push draw. If I have the face square, the ball just goes little push. So to simplify the setup, and guys, my setup is very simple anyway. I always take my grip here, and I put my hands on here, and I've done that my whole life. With a conventional golf swing, I very much did this. I always put it down off my back foot anyway. I sort of leaned over there, nodded into it there, off the right foot, brought my left up, and then brought my right back, like Greg Norman. This was Greg Norman. This was Greg here. That was Greg. Now, I've always done that, so I don't have any physical consternation going on with my grip over the ball. So anybody that's perennial fiddler of the hands, or what we call finger dancing here over the ball, get rid of that, guys. Do it all here. Take the grip like Adam Scott, put it in your left hand like that, or lead hand, just put it there. My hand's just slipping on the club already. Just put it there like that, put your trail hand on and hold it here. I usually have my trail arm just there resting on my side, so that gives me that good physical, disposition, structure. So okay, we put it in here. Now, to line up, if we're going out there at that 160 sign out there. Okay, so what I want to do at impact is I want to be lined up with the face just a little right of that 160 sign, with a little bit of toe down on the club or toe in on the club. So I'm going to set that orientation of the club here at address, but I'm also going to do it with the amount of shoulder cocking and closure that I will have when I hit the golf ball. I'm going to do that here during my aiming. Now just stick with me, guys. It's a little confusing, but what I'm doing is I'm setting my club face. So when I look down on that here, I'm pointing that just a little right of the target here, but in order to get that orientation of the club, I have to have the amount of closure on those shoulders that I want at impact when I hit the golf ball. This is the critical point. So to get that orientation of the club face, you have to have your impact position closure there. And that's about what mine is. There, that's where I want to be at impact, about there. I'm probably, I don't know, probably 10 degrees closed, 8 degrees closed. That's where I want to feel. I probably mightn't be that much at impact. But if I can come in with the orientation on my blade, which is just a little bit to the right of the target, but shut down a few degrees to take into consideration the in to out across the target line, and I've got my shoulders pre-set the amount that I will have at impact, the optimum amount. And then, guys, really, if you do that, say I get in here like that. Okay, now I've got that amount of shoulder cock, whatever it is here. It's not much, but I get it here and I feel it. How do I feel it? I feel it in this quadrant of the shoulder here. I really feel it there. That's where I get it, and I set it up that way. I get in here and I set it up that way, so I'm a little bit closed. So there I am, guys. I've got my impact position set for the shot. There it is. I'm ready for impact. So I don't have to go here. And what happens, guys, as soon as you go there, if you put a lot of back cock on, and I've been guilty of it, And this is evolvement. This is part and parcel of this process. And I'm not going to release this to the world until it's an infallible product. So you can apply it and it will do the same every time, and it's easy to understand and it's easy to acclimatise to and become accustomed to. So we've got our face orientation the way we want it. It's just a little right of the target, the blade shut down at 4 degrees, but I have to get that orientation with this orientation. No point putting that down there and then changing the pitch of the shoulders. You want the pitch of the shoulder set before you set the golf club. Set the pitch of your shoulders here and then set your golf club. That's what I should have said before. This is the ingredient. Set this early. Here. Now guys, I'm in impact position right here. I'm in impact position. Now as you go back, guys, and as you turn, if I just do that, now clearly, as I do that, I'm into the backswing, club's pointing over there, which it does in any golf swing, conventional golf swing. By the time I get to there, club's pointing over there, 90 degrees to the target. As soon as I take it there, it's pointing 30 degrees to the target. So don't worry about that, because that's what happens in any golf swing. And even though we're thinking straight line here, we will never have a straight line while we have our shoulders turning around our spine. We will always have an arcing motion, but what we're doing here is we're limiting the arc that we have in a golf swing. And that's the great thing about channel lock, where we're limiting that side to side and that big arc component. Here we've just got that much here and that much there. And guys, it's not that when you hit it. It's actually that when you hit it, but it feels that. And remember, and I will keep saying this ad nauseum, your target is the golf ball. This is the break from tradition, guys. Your target is the golf ball. You do your targeting. Okay, we want to go out there to that 180 sign out there. We want to go out there, but we do all that at address. I've set that up. So once I've set that up, I don't want to think about the target anymore, because I can't influence it. Not unless I change my setup. I've already put myself. Now if I've got my setup right, the ball will go to the target. And I can't control anything more than having confidence in that target alignment. But what I can control, guys, is putting this on that. And I'll keep saying that. So your target is that. This has got to go to that. Once you've set up, forget the target, and your target is that golf ball with this implement. Here. So it's all about targeting, guys, and making it what I call a simple channel lock targeting geometry. So this is the precursor to all the structure. Get this set, whatever that position is, because no point putting that down if I've got my shoulder open there. No point putting that club down, having it perfect. Then I come in here and turn my shoulder around, because it's all up the spout, guys. It's over and out. So we get this set first. We get our pre-impact shoulder alignment set, and we do that here before we put the club down. So here it is, whatever it is, 10 or 15 degrees as a feeling here. And then, guys, once we're here, we got it. There. Now Mr. X starts over here. He has a similar type. He starts from here, and he gets his back cock just by going from what we call the phantom ball, where there's no ball there, to the actual ball. And he goes from here to here, and Bill Phillips from MMI Golf does that. I don't do that, but that's only me, because I'm much more comfortable getting the club behind the ball where I want it at impact in my address procedure. So we'll go through it again. This is the first thing. Get the orientation on that shoulder there, whatever it is, set it first. Then come in, get your target, set that golf club. And the geometry of this, guys, is that you want to set the club so it's just pointing just to the, if you're right-handed, just to the right of your target, and the blade shut down. How much to the right of the target? You'll have to work that out. Depends how severe you are with your in-to-out and how much you release it. I don't release the club very much. So I set, a little bit to the right, maybe if that's 100, we'll come back to 140 metre sign here. If I'm setting on that one there, I'm just going to aim this, 3 or 4 yards, 5 yards to the right of it. and I'm going to shut the face down 3 or 4 degrees. That'll just start with a little soft draw and bring it back to the target. So whatever those increments are for you and whatever that geometry is, that's what you apply. So here we are, we've got this here, we just feel this. We feel it, guys, without the golf club. Get in here, just do this a couple of times so you get the feeling. Here we are. What do I have to do to get set up on the target with this here? And then all you do then is add the golf club. But build the feeling of the setup of here, because you don't want to get that beautiful orientation of the club face with an open shoulder line, because as soon as you bring it back here, the club turns around in your hand. Or your body just turns around and points it over there. So we don't want to do that. So guys, there's no hitting in this video. It's just purely and simply about the importance of setting up, and I call it the easy process channel lock setup procedure. Get this right, set that there, and then you don't have to do anything else. You've already got your pre-impact position set, whatever it is. We're not going to be hitting the ball like that. If we did that, the ball would go straight right. So we don't want to get over concocted. And I've been over concocted, but I've done that as a means to just show people how important it is to get the shoulders shut any way they can at impact. So guys, that's just some important information. It's very, very complex, and it's very, very mechanically intrinsic or geometry intrinsic. Just have a look at this tape, run it back a couple of times, and just sit down with a cup of coffee or whatever, and just go through it and ingest it. Stop it and think about it. Get up, feel it. So what's JH mean? He wants his impact position set here with the club set there. All those angles have got to be there. They're set. There they are. We don't want to have any variations going on. It's about setting the impact angle with the shoulders and the orientation of the body with the club face at address. And it will look, once I get it here, there's my impact position. That's what I'm going to look like there. I'm not going to look like that. Going to there. Okay guys, have a look at it and digest it and go through it a little bit. Okay, we're going to do, Mr. X has just turned up, so we're going to do some other stuff and some very interesting stuff. He's just got a fantastic breakthrough that we'll go over in the next video. Okay.